Hi folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Steve. Now, before I get started into the video, what a wonderful setting. Isn't it beautiful? But unfortunately, I'm in Northern Ireland and it's miserable outside. It's lushing down and it's dark grey. This, wishful thinking. Right, so the question I'm asking in this video is Spain still a cheap place to live or even retire? As we're all aware, the cost of living crisis is affecting many people, and especially people on mid to low incomes. And of course, as food and energy prices rise, it means the amount of money we need to either move or retire, even at a minimum standard of living, is also increasing. And of course, it's not just in the UK, it's happening everywhere in Europe, US, everywhere. So how does Spain compare now? Could you afford to live in Spain now? Is Spain cheaper, and would your standard of living increase or decrease if you moved to Spain, as opposed to, I'm going to keep using as the example, the UK. So in this video, I'm going to look at the day-to-day living costs, and in an effort to determine, can you still live comfortably in good locations and on a budget in Spain? Now, some of the things I'm going to look at in more detail are the cost of rent and associated utilities, day-to-day expenses, including things like grocery shopping, eating out, and of course the cost of alcohol, fuel and energy costs, and phone and internet costs, amongst other things. And please keep in mind, this channel, it's a budget travel channel, and everything's always based on having a comfortable standard of living at reasonably low cost. Now, if you're a millionaire and planning to buy an expensive clifftop villa with views over the Maid, probably not the video for you. Moving on. Now, first of all, let me say that this video will give you a good idea of the costs related to living or retiring to Spain on a budget, but it's all subjective. Everyone has differing requirements, expectations, and budget. So everything I detail in this video is based on averages, my experiences, and information that I've gathered very carefully. I've thoroughly researched all the information I'm going to provide, all from very reliable sources, which I'll be adding links to in the description below. But when it comes to financial matters like this, there's always an abundance of conflicting views. But using the experience I've gained over the last few years and the right resources, I know that the info I provide throughout the video will give you as reasonably accurate a picture as possible. So I'm going to start off with rent and associated utilities. And just a wee side note, for those of you who are intending on purchasing a property, this topic is just as relevant. The costs associated with the upkeep and utilities are basically the same as someone renting. But for you, there are tax considerations that you'll need to face, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, other than to say they're minimal in comparison to someone who's going to be paying rent every month, right? So, for the first part, rent. I've looked at properties and taken figures from popular coastal destinations in Spain, which are known to have lower cost of living expenses while still offering good living standards. Also, I've chosen areas in southeastern parts as they offer a good all year round climate. And they are, first of all, Torrevieja, which is the most northern location but still far enough south to maintain a good year round climate. It's in the Alicante Murcia region, and it offers everything you could possibly want in a place to permanently live. Fantastic beaches, fantastic shopping and eateries with a great infrastructure. Everything you could possibly want or need. And my personal favourite of the three that I'm going to mention. Number 2, Cartagena, which is a beautiful port city and naval station further south than Torrevieja. Pretty large city, has a population of over 200,000 people. It's obviously an extremely popular tourist destination and known for its rich history, stunning architecture and beautiful beaches. And finally, most southerly of my three choices, Almeria, which is another beautiful city and port in the autonomous region of Andalusia. It's known for its beautiful beaches, but also its dry climate and Moorish architecture. Okay, so that's all three. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a rental property from each of those three. The criteria I'm going to use when choosing the property is must include swimming pool, balcony, 2 bedrooms, that's 3, 2 bedrooms, air conditioning, fully furnished and not too far from the shore. So example 1 is my choice in Torrevecchia. This property has everything I would want from a place to live, and the monthly rental cost is €595 per month, plus electricity at approximately €75 and water at approximately €15 per month, giving you a grand total of €685 per month. Now, on all of these properties, I'm obviously estimating the electricity cost and water cost based on what I've paid, and all slightly higher than what I've paid. And by the way, for all of these properties, I've added links straight to them in the description below. But remember, that's just, they're available now, but if you look at this in another 6 or 8 months, they're more than likely not going to be there anymore. But it's just to give you a feel, an example of what I'm talking about. Example 2 is my choice in Cartagena. Again, it has absolutely everything I would possibly want in an apartment in Spain, and the monthly cost is €440, plus again the same average of 75 per month for electric and 15 per month for water. And of the 3 Cartagena rental apartments, all seem to be less than the other 2. Number 3 is my choice in Almeria. Its monthly rental is 560 plus 75 plus 15 and gives us a total of 650 per month. So whenever I average the monthly costs of all 3, it gives you an average total of €622. And remember, that's inclusive of water and electricity. Also, keep in mind that if you go further inland to lesser known areas, you'll be able to reduce these amounts even further. So for example, if you have a car, if you're going to have a car when you're living in Spain, moving away from the coast is a great option. Now, moving on to living costs. I've covered some of these costs in earlier videos, so again, if you want to have a look, you can go back through them and have a look. Now, to help us understand exactly how much living in Spain is going to cost, I've used Numbeo.com, which is a website that uses crowdsourced data from tens of thousands of actual people living in Spain now. And by the way, they also do this for the rest of the world. So anywhere you want to look in the world at the current cost of living, it's a great website. Link in the description below again. It gives you the most realistic information on day-to-day prices you'll be paying, and always up to date. And also my own experience of spending is intertwined. I think that's the right way to say it, yeah. So I'm going to start with food and drink. According to Numbeo, the average cost of eating out in Spain is between 20 and 25% cheaper than in the UK. That's a massive amount. And in my experience, it can be reduced further, much further, by, for example, eating local cuisine, shopping at markets, avoiding tourist trap eateries. And while this sounds great, it doesn't tell the real story of how cheap dining out in Spain can be. And what I mean by that, as an example, if you want to treat yourself to a nice meal out, in Spain, eating lunch rather than dinner is much cheaper. Lunchtime set menus are highly popular. You can enjoy 2 3-course meals, lunch meals for as low as €10, and sometimes even with a beer, wine, coffee included. Also, costs like beer are much less expensive here, and there isn't much difference in the cost between supermarkets versus restaurants and bars. So you can enjoy a few drinks at a nice bar in the evening after having a nice home cooked dinner, and have saved money by having your treat at lunchtime. Doesn't it show how simple changes to how you do things, how you go about things, habits, can lead to great savings? Let's do a wee tips section. Tips number 1. Right, next, buying groceries. Obviously, prices going up everywhere at the minute. But supermarket shopping in Spain still offers approximately a 25% saving on the UK. 25%. Now I have to say, supermarket shopping in Spain I've found it always to be a bit hit and miss. Something that doesn't make any sense. Because I've found that some things are skyrocket high price compared to other things which are skyrocket. It wouldn't be skyrocket, would it? It would be lower price. Don't know what to call that. For example, bananas 30% more expensive on average. Beef 15% more expensive. Lamb much more expensive. Onions 20% more expensive. I wouldn't care if they were 500%, by the way, more expensive. I hate onions, right? But the other side, the good side of that, water, 50% cheaper. Oranges, 30% cheaper. Domestic beer, 55% cheaper. And weirdly, lettuce is 20% more expensive, which is super strange, considering that Spain is the biggest exporter of lettuce in the world. Doesn't figure. That's Spain sometimes. Also, although the cost of living crisis is being felt across the globe, the rise in inflation percentage in Spain is less than a lot of places, and especially the UK, making Spain even more enticing. And if you think about it, that means that not only are Spain's prices cheaper, but as prices go up, Spain's prices go up less over the period of time. Next, fuel costs. As of today, the average price of petrol is around €1.66 in Spain, compared to €1.83 in the UK, making fuel costs as of today 9% less, which by the way is pretty much consistent with the percentage figures from last year. The reason for that is there's a lower fuel duty in Spain than in a lot of other European countries, which leads to savings at the pump. Next, energy prices. Now, I'm going to combine energy prices in Spain because I've looked them up and the statistics are all pretty much the same for each different type of energy. So the overall cost for electricity, heating, cooling, water and waste disposal is, and wait for it, 40% lower than in the UK. 40%, amazing. I knew it was much cheaper, but whenever you think about it in exact terms like that, 40%, it's fantastic. Next, mobile data SIMs are similar to the prices in the UK. I pay €20 per month for 100 gig for my phone. Wi-Fi in Spain, I've found it to be slightly lower, not a lot. Not a lot. Who was that? Who? Not a lot. Who was that? Slightly lower than UK rates, but Spain's Wi-Fi speeds are much higher, far better than most of Europe, and they've excellent 4G coverage. Alright, so that's as much as we need to cover. Now, I've put together this wee chart to summarise the cost of living in Spain versus UK, as I've talked about. And so we can make sense of this, everything I'm going to say now is in British pounds. So an inexpensive meal in Spain, on average, costs £10.54p, and its equivalent in the UK would be £14.25, saving 26% in Spain. A coffee, a cappuccino, on average £1.52 in Spain, £2.90 in the UK, on average saving 47.6%. Massive. Groceries, for a £40.22 average spend, I don't know, that seems quite low. In Spain, in UK, £53.15, saving 24% in Spain. Draft beer per pint, on average, Spain, in pounds, £2.19. In the UK, £4, saving 45% in Spain. Average rent. Now, the average rents are hard to go by. This is just to give you a percentage idea. In Spain, if you were to pay 766, its equivalent, British pounds, its equivalent in the UK would be 1,092, meaning property to rent on average is 29% less in Spain. And finally, if you are intending to buy a house, average house price in Spain is 1,730 per square metre, as opposed to the UK, which is 2,930, which is an approximate saving of a fantastic 40%. So there you go. I hope you found all this information useful. In a time when we're all feeling the squeeze from rising costs, moving to Spain has never been more tempting and affordable. As we've seen, the overall cost of living in Spain versus the UK is lower in almost every aspect. In every aspect. Each food shop you do, fill at the petrol station, utility bill will, on average, cost much less than in the UK. So, finally, the big question with the obvious answer, is Spain still a cheaper place to live than the UK? And the answer is a resounding yes. Spain is much cheaper than the UK. It's also the cheapest place to live in Western Europe and offers the best temperatures in Western Europe. A fantastic standard of living that you'd find difficult to come across elsewhere. So folks, if you enjoyed the video, if you found it useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more, please subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments. But I'm going to leave it there for now until next time. So bye for now.